100%. Are we ready?
Yeah, we're ready.
Should I clap again?
No,
Do you need another clap?
no, I don't. Just go.
Hey, welcome back to the Peanut Gallery. We're here to do an update on
Update time.
Update. Yeah,
All
it's
right.
an update time on the Malahide Athletic Center,
Yes.
which we obviously short form down to the MAC. So people now understand what all those letters mean. Yeah.
Yeah.
And
So we want to do a quick update where we are, kind of how we got there, and then we got a major announcement coming Thursday, and then hopefully several other major announcements coming over the next couple of months. Yeah, no, we're really excited. I hope you can tell it by the tone of our voice. Hey, one of the things that I want to talk about that we've never really talked public about is one of the things that we thought was going to be a really cool thing that hasn't always turned out to be a cool thing is the fact that we called ourselves the Malahide Athletic Center. And the reason we did that was because we're really proud of where we live. We love where we live. We love this community. And we did not want it to represent just some random name. No, this is the people of Malahide, the businesses of Malahide. This was us locals saying we want to do something.
Yeah.
But then sometimes people are like, so is it government funded then? Because you have the name Malahide in it? Is it? No, this is where we live.
Yeah.
Is it just for Malahide? No, it is for the entire region. And the other thing, let's clarify off the get-go, there's also a lot of confusion about, do you have to go to the church to attend?
No.
Do you have to go to the school to attend?
No.
Do you have to be baptized to get into the doors?
No.
Is there any of those rules?
although
Okay.
if people want, we can work stuff out. But no, none of that is part of
Little
what's
baptismal tank by the door?
No.
No, we're both pastors with Christians. We enjoy that part of it. But this has been always a very clearly, we wanted to do something for the community. And so that, I think that question gets us back to the history. How did this project start?
Yeah, so we've been inspired a lot by different community members that are very active in making our community go forward. And that's one of the key points that we like to say as well, is that there's a lot of people in the Malahide region that have been long active, developing programming, developing the parks, developing where we live to make Malahide the beautiful little gem it is in Elgin County and southern counties.
Well, and if we want to add just in between there a little bit, we were both involved with Family Central from the beginning and a big part of that. And so we're not just saying there are people, like we know for a fact there are people because they have the amount of support and donations. Like Family Central is like 80% done by just donations.
Right.
And the budget every year is like $300, $350. Like it is a ton that our community members are like, no, we're going to care for the vulnerable. We're going to ensure that people have a place to eat and be cared for and resources. So we have really been inspired by the community.
Yeah, and we've gleaned a lot of information and knowledge and understanding and do's and don'ts and how to go about things from the community members that have like gone before us to create the programming and the different organizations that have been present in this community for generations that have kind of led to where we're at. Wanting to, continue that trend that we've been inspired, and we just want to continue that to see, the next generation be able to look back and, see that our generation didn't decide to just drop the ball, but rather we picked it up and we decided to do something with it.
And so we found our little niche was sports. It's something we really love.
Yeah.
If you guys know Patrick at all, you know that Patrick is really fun-loving until he plays sports, and then things can get really, really intense. I didn't know this about you. This was new to
Apparently
me.
people say that I'm competitive. And
It is unbelievable to watch the different Patrick come out as soon as and he is like the fun, let's play basketball a little bit. And then when we're like in game, I'm like, I don't even know who you are. Like, I feel like I need to reintroduce myself. Hey,
well, some of that,
I'm Albert. I don't
we've
care as
talked about
much.
this a little bit, but some of that comes from the reality that I use sports as an avenue to
show that you're better than us.
Well, find my place because I always felt like I never matched up physically, stature to other men. And if I could level the playing field by feeling like I matched up on the court or on the field or wherever it was, it helped my confidence. It helped my ability to connect. And it just that's really why that.
No, I know.
I know.
I'm just razzing you, Patrick.
I appreciate that.
So we both love playing sports. We as part through the church work, we started doing something called Mega Sports Camp. And then from there, we're like, man, there really aren't a lot of affordable camps. And so then we started doing some baseball camps. We did basketball camps the one year. Those have been not taken over. East Elgin Sports Association runs those now. So they do some great ones. And so we've always said we're not trying to compete with anyone. We're just trying to fill a niche.
Right.
But what we found as we started doing all these camps was A, there was a need. And B, there was no facility to do anything. And so even outdoors, we are limited to things. So we tried starting a football league 2 years ago, and there just isn't a space that's available. It was really hard. And so we got together, 2017 is kind of when we started this thinking process, got together some brains and some people who were intrigued and started designing and researching and figuring out what would work the best and what would be the most
Purposed. Yep, that was good.
And so we came up with this project that is now the Malahide Athletic Center. The biggest piece was the dome.
Right.
And we chose the dome for a lot of reasons, the big one being money. So since we're not a government entity, spending $40 million on a facility is not possible.
Right. So if you look across the province, most recreational facilities that are being developed in communities are at least 30 plus million, ranging up to close to $100 million.
Yep.
And we're Malahide. And we wanted it to be reachable for our community, and being reachable means it's cost effective and accessible. So how do we create a facility that's going to incorporate the vast majority of recreation, athletic, competition, sports, whatever people want to do to be physical and to have a place for community? How do we do that? That's cost effective in a smaller community, but could possibly serve as a model for other smaller rural communities to be able to develop something that they could attain where they feel like it's graspable. They don't have to rely on, big dollars from the government to make it happen, but rather the community can come together to make it happen within their own, their own pockets. And that's why we developed the dome, the size of the dome, the way it's going to be laid out to accommodate both court sports and turf sports. So it'll be a 365 facility. Which, most people know it's incredibly difficult to get out on the fields in a reasonable amount of time to be able to get the practices in that you need to develop the skill sets you need to actually enjoy the game. So if we can have a facility that through, the 8 months of the year that it's cold and, not accessible because of rain and conditions, and allow people to be able to have that opportunity to be athletic, to be physical. Right. We really feel like it's an opportunity that we shouldn't pass by.
Well, and the other thing it does that we care deeply about is making sure everybody has access to this.
Right.
And so there are a lot of leagues that are made for, when you watch Special Olympics, you see all these sports that you didn't even know existed. And then there's others that are very just unique spaces that they don't have a place to play.
Right.
And so we've been talking to some of the wheelchair basketball leagues, and there just is not facilities. And so we want this to be a place that everyone can afford to be at, but everyone can also get to.
Right.
And we know there are some of these facilities in London. There are some in like Kitchener. But you have all these people in a small rural community. And so the dome we feel like is accessible. Financially, it's been phenomenal. I'm very proud of the community we're in and the amount that we've been able to raise and will continue to raise. And just the support we've had from people. So financially, we are at about...
Well, including our big announcement, is that what we're supposed to include or not include?
I don't know.
Just under $2 million without the big announcement. Right. With the big announcement, we'll be closing in on $2.2 million, which means we are, in distance of being able to reach doing the green light for the dome to be put up. Which means that we'll have to continue to fundraise for the field house.
Right.
But we want to see things get going.
Yep.
And so our goal, is to continue to reach out in the community, and hopefully with the big announcement, it'll inspire some other people to jump on board, because we are getting to the place where, permits are going to be given the green light, and we're going to see this thing happen, which is uber exciting.
Yep.
And at the same time, there are so many opportunities that are going to open up because of it. So we're hoping that the excitement will also help drive the enthusiasm to see the project in its totality come to fruition. So
awesome. We said we only had 15 minutes, and then we're at 13 now.
Are we? Perfect.
Yeah, we are. We did good. But no, we are a project we're really excited about.
So if you're wondering, Malahide Athletic Center is located at 6576 Springfield Road in the township of Malahide, a little community called Mount Salem. There's lots going on in this little community. That's where we're located. It's about a 17-minute drive from the southern corner of St. Thomas. It's about a 15-minute drive, roughly 20-minute drive from Tillsonburg. We're just off the lake. It's a great little spot, nestled right in the middle of rural, southern Ontario. But we're kind of like centered to a bunch of smaller communities, and we're hoping to be able to give access to sports and recreation and a place to do community together. People to be able to volunteer again and pour into kids and community and just develop those relationships. And
Yeah,
That's
the
where we are.
property we're on. So there's a school, there's a church, and then there'll be the athletic center, which is a beautiful partnership because then for bigger tournaments, we have bigger facilities, you have green space, so really cool. We share parking. We're good neighbors. We're all independent, but good neighbors. Love where we are, and looking forward to getting this thing built. So,
Thanks for tuning in. That's our update. Malheur Life Center coming soon.
Yes, and we need to find closings. We suck at closings. We're sorry. We'll see you soon. Bye.